Hello, Gemini. Happy New Year to you. Happy January 21, the year 2021. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday and that you are happy and healthy and safe wherever you are. Uh, 2020 is behind us, and this is a new beginning, a new year, and wish everybody the best. Real quickly, this is for a 5 card tarot card overall energy reading for overall collective of Geminis during this time period of January 1 through the 15th of 2021. It is a general reading for the larger collective. It's intended for informational purposes for Geminis. The information may not resonate with every Gemini, and that's understandable, and it's perfectly okay. Please take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I already shuffled the cards and requested the universal guidance for the cards selected were ejected on their own. The 5 cards here exit during the shuffle for this overall energy reading for this time frame are listed right here. The first card here, Gemini, represents your overall energy of past influences. It's the past energy, significant energy within the last few months. In some cases, the energy may have resolved itself, and others, the energy could be still lingering. The second card here represents the overall energy during this period of the current period, your present period, right now. The third card here represents the overall energy for future energies. These are energies that could be on the cusp of happening, could be coming up soon, somewhere in there. It's for the time period. The fourth card here represents the overall energy for any challenges that may have come up during this time frame. Keep in mind that challenges do not imply anything negative. They are provided simply to be aware as information, but in most cases they're provided as options or choices that you can make based on your own free will. And the fifth card here represents the overall energy for outcomes during this time frame. So real quickly, I want to reiterate that if you would like to support this channel, I would gratefully appreciate it. The YouTube algorithms depend upon 3 things, and that's what I call the big 3. Click on like the video, click on subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification button. You will not be bombarded with lots of junk mail or anything like that. It's really about showing support for the channel, and YouTube uses those 3 algorithms in order to promote channels to a larger audience. I'm still relatively a new channel since June of 2020, and it takes a good year or so to get it bumped up, but your support and appreciation it helps my channel and YouTube promote it to larger audiences. So if you will consider, I would greatly appreciate it. If you already have done those things, thank you so much. It is truly appreciated. So let's get started here, Gemini. Okay, this is our past influences. Now, okay, we have the Tower card. This is a major arcana card. So, Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Tower card is here in the past energy influences for our Geminis during this time period, please. Well, for anyone who knows tarot very well, the upright Tower card represents a massive change, some sort of upheaval, destruction, chaos. It's in the extreme. It could have been a divorce. It could have been death of a loved one. It could be financial failure, health problems, natural disasters, job loss. It's any event that shakes you to your core, typically that you may have been unexpected. It could have affected you spiritually, mentally, and physically. The bottom line is there was no escaping it. It symbolizes that change needed to occur, and in most cases, this change, the Tower is enacted by the universe because you may have recognized some issues that you weren't able to change, or you hadn't changed on your own, that needed changing for your better good. So the universe steps in these certain cases and creates this change. It forces the change upon you for you to address it. The Tower card does not always mean something negative or horrible or doom and gloom. It basically is just bringing your attention to something that you're not addressing, whatever it is. So that's the purpose of the card. So I'm picking up the major energy for many Geminis in the past few months. Was some sort of unexpected change, some shakeup, something that got your attention that you needed to address. Um, so, you know, when this occurs, it's almost like a lightning bolt of clarity and insight. And if you were receptive to this, this is one many of you Geminis that you were able to that got your attention in sometime in the past few months. Um, it's about the truth comes to light, things that you may have been uh, um, minimizing or or avoiding, and it could be things within yourself, decisions within yourself. It could have been a work situation, of love relationship, volunteer, anything that just wasn't suiting your best good. However, you weren't doing anything about it, and it was dragging you down. And so the universe steps in, and this sort of change just abruptly. Usually, typically, abruptly happens. You might have been thinking about it, but perhaps it happened a little more quicker than you were anticipating. So the reason why it happens, of course, is because it's an opportunity for you to grow. It's about the opportunity for you to realize that what you've been building your life on, and particularly if you have been supporting your life or have a belief system that has been unstable. Think of it as you were building sort of your foundation on sand. Um, and that could be anything from false assumptions, from mistruths, from illusions, from blatant lies, and so on. Anything that perhaps you're telling yourself or that were being told to you. Um, it's an opportunity for you to address and to assess everything you thought to be true. Perhaps it's turned on its head. That self evaluation, and you were given the opportunity to question what is real and what's not. And you were given the opportunity to determine as who you can trust and not trust. It can be, for some, it could have been confusing and disorienting, particularly if it affected any sort of core belief systems if you that challenge you were forced to face. Keep in mind, though, over time, and especially in this present energy, many of you Geminis were able to sort of, you know, get through it. You can always get through these tower moments. They may be uncomfortable at the moment, but here we are. This is a past influence, so this is something that's happened in the past. I'm going to say most recent past. So most of you, if you were able to, be honest with yourself and sort of address the issues, you got through it. You got it helped you sort of refocus what your beliefs are, what is important to you, and what is it that you truly value, and where is it that you want to be, and the idea is really in simplest forms is to help you understand and to work towards what your authentic self is. If you were living in a situation that is totally uncomfortable for you and you know it, that opportunity was for you to shake it up and to make decisions, to work towards things that are better for you. That's really what the overall energy was. Um, so that's what I'm picking up was affecting or many Geminis as the major energy here. And keep in mind, after a tower experience, many Geminis, you're going to grow, grew, or you're in the process of growing, I guess, stronger. You're going to be more wiser. You're going to be more resilient as you develop this sort of new perspectives. Even if it's on life, things that you didn't even think about. Think of these tower moments as they're necessary for spiritual growth, for your self-enlightenment, for your own truth and your own honesty. They bring about positive change. Even if you experience pain and anxiety during the process, understand that it's about positive. It's something that you're going to grow from and learn from. Um, in many cases too, the tower doesn't always associate itself with pain and turmoil and destruction. Um, if you're already a Gemini that was highly aware and in tune with your inner guidance system, and you're living your authentic self, when the tower card appears in this case, it's indicating a spiritual awakening or revelation. Um, it just increases your understanding. It increases your empathy. It increases your awareness. You're able to see things, more clearly than you've been before. And in these cases, you're able to make changes. that you perhaps need to before an actual tower experience it happens. So some of you were able to do preventative changes because you recognize them, and that's the good thing. So in its positive form, the Tower card is an opportunity, for many Geminis to break free from old ways of thinking that perhaps were holding you back. And if you were able to make those changes, then you didn't experience this rapid, painful change of the Tower. It was the universe's opportunity for you to make the changes. If you experienced pain, think of it this way: if you experienced pain in something that was uncomfortable, that was the universe stepping in, causing this sort of revelation to get your attention. So that's the two sides of this card here for you. In our present energy here for our Geminis, we have the Five of Swords. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Five of Swords here is in our Gemini's present energy during this time frame, please. Well, in its present energy, what I'm picking up here is that typically the message of the Five of Swords here in your present energy for Gemini and for the collective of Geminis is about understanding to pick your battles. This is about that if you're experiencing sort of conflict or disagreement with someone or something or whatever, this is the universe's way right now to sort of ask you to pause, do a little bit of self-reflection, ask yourself some important questions about why are you feeling this disagreement, why is it bothering you, what is it that's triggering this, and why, just the whys. It's that sort of self-reflection card. This is an important maturity, if you want to do, to self-address before you jump in and fly off the handle, so to speak. Think of it as maturity, because in some cases, if you're a reactionary person, if someone says something or something happens and your immediate reaction is to go off on whatever, that's a reaction that may not always serve your purpose. And typically, if you do this to other people or do this to family or friends or something that you work with on a daily basis and you're reactionary and you blow up the handle, most likely you're going to regret it. And so think of the old thing that, the old saying of, think before you speak. This is this message of this card here. I'm picking up, because the Five of Swords here is coming up in the collective of Gemini's current energy. I'm picking up that some of you may have had a falling out. It could have been a disagreement, conflict, and you're wondering if you should walk away. There's there's feelings of sadness and loss when it comes to this. There could be feelings of being resentful over heated words that were either said to you, or in some cases you may have said to someone else that you wish you could take back. This is that bad blood or that icky feeling that comes over after something happens. And of course, the holidays were recently around, and sometimes the holidays can bring out stress and bring out old wounds and that we haven't resolved. And this could have been something that's going on that because of the holidays, if that's was a situation. But whatever it was, if I'm picking up more that perhaps you may have said something, Gemini, that you wish you didn't say in the situation, and you're feeling remorse, if for a better sake of word. You're just wishing you could take it back is the main energy I'm feeling. Keep in mind, we know it's great to be right, and it's great to want to prove ourselves to be right if you were accused of something, for instance. However, it's the process of how we go about it. And I'm picking up that this is one of these sort of situations that's unique, where perhaps you were pushing your rightness above and beyond, and in order to do so, you might have crossed some lines that you wish you didn't. That's what I'm picking up. And you may have won this battle or this argument. However, the feelings that you're feeling right now, or the energy that's coming out, is that, yeah, you may have won the battle, but the battle cost you. It could have costed your trust. It could have costed your respect, even your dignity, and it may even be isolating you right now, or have the potential to isolate you. And you're questioning, ooh, should I have done that? That's the energy. You know, right now I'm picking up whatever this disagreement was. The energy that I'm feeling is that you're trying to pick up the pieces, and you would like to put the conflict behind you. But for most cases, you're finding it more difficult than you thought, and you're sort of like replaying the situation, and you're questioning, you know, did your actions, cost you? Did you did others lose faith in you from this? And are others sort of keeping their distance because of this? So this is an opportunity for you, Gemini, to decide, whether your point of view and the point that you made in the situation was so important to you that you're willing to put your relationships in jeopardy. And that's your conflict, that's the conflict energy I'm picking up. Or you have an opportunity to present a compromise and try to see eye in eye. With this Five of Swords here and your present energy, it's sort of an opportunity to remind you that yes, it's tempting to fight every conflict to ensure that you get your way, or to prove that you're right, or to defend yourself when you're feeling challenged or threatened. There's something natural about that. However, it's an opportunity to understand that choosing your battles wisely is a much better way in life than engaging in every disagreement. We don't always have to be right, and sometimes we have to ask ourselves, is it worth it? What are we trying to be right about? What's it costing? What's at stake? So particularly if proving your point is going to do damage or hurtful to interpersonal relationships, that's where I think I'm picking up that your feeling is, did you cause more damage? Was being right more damaging than compromising? I guess is what I'm picking up here. I'm picking up, again, that there was some sort of engaged conflict that took place that's taking its toll on you. And the Five of Swords here, Gemini, is an invitation to apologize. It's the universe is basically saying to you, the longer you brood about this and the more you try to prove that you were right, the more challenging the relationship's going to become from this argument. So, if you want this feeling to go away, the universe's guidance to you is just say you were wrong and make amends. There's no sense in trying to justify your behavior, and don't give excuses. It's no one's going to care. It's not just being truthful to yourself. If you wish you would have done it differently, then just admit that you wish you would have done it differently. Acknowledge it. That's it. It's about acknowledge the behavior to the other person. Just simply apologize and then let it go and move on. If possible, look for a common ground to those that you were arguing with, and just apologize and seek their forgiveness, and this will put it behind you. Keep in mind, this isn't about giving in. This message here is not about just something like, oh, they're going to take advantage of me, or say that I'm a pushover. The energy I'm picking up here is about integrity. The individuals are going to appreciate you so much more, and you're going to get more value out of this, because that's that deep feeling that you're feeling. That's why you're feeling differently about this situation. I think the people that you were arguing with, or the situation, is you're feeling that it wasn't worth it, and you're the one who's feeling that you might have stepped over bounds. So just simply apologize. They're not looking for excuses. Your apology is more important to them, and it will rebuild the relationship, and it'll bring more value, and they'll have a different set of respect for you, in all honesty. The other energy here I'm picking up is the Five of Swords. Also, signifies some sort of failure. It shows that some Geminis, you know, perhaps were working on something and you were giving it your best effort, and it just wasn't working, and you feel that as you having more headaches than you are successes, and that it's just a losing battle. Um, and perhaps, because of that, you're just becoming disillusioned, and that you put all this energy into something. I'm not clear what this something is. It could be a relationship, it could be a project, it could be a job that you were hunting down. I'm not picking up exactly what it was, but it's the energy of that you're disillusioned about something that you were investing in or had invested interest in, and you're just feeling at a loss. So that also could be increasing sort of self-ruin and torment within yourself. The same applies here as if that argument with an individual or other persons. Accept your defeat and learn from it. That's it. Be smarter and wiser next time. Don't brood over these things. This is just accepting that you're human, and you know, A for effort is the sort of think of it, and then just learn from the experience. And the same thing with the argument that you had before. The learning. The universe is looking at the learning lesson here. What do you learn from your actions, not how you justify them? Okay. Oops, I knocked my card over here. Next, we have in our present energy, we have the Emperor. Now, this is a major arcana card, and this is going to bring about things that happen being within your future energies right now, things that are on the cusp, that could be appearing right now, or are you sensing the feeling of it? So with this, angel and spirit guides, please help us understand why the Emperor is showing up in Gemini's future energies during this time frame. Well, first understand here, Geminis, that the Emperor represents a system bound by rules and regulations. It's about creating law and order, and applying principles and guidelines to any specific situation. And the reason why this is done is to create calm out of chaos. It's breaking down any problem that in its parts, and then mapping them into actions that need to be taken to resolve it. It's a systematic, it's a strategic, it's highly organized approach, and if you stick to the plan, you have a good resolution. So I'm picking up there's an energy that some Geminis are going to need to follow this sort of organized plan to solve something. Now, this could resolve, this could be an action plan for this disagreement that you're feeling that occurred, or that tower moment that occurred in your past presence in the last few months, and this is sort of your action plan about how you're going to go about learning from it or making change. I'm picking up that that many of you are using this system bound by rules and regulations to help you create this change, and by applying those principles. The Emperor here, in your reading here, represents a leader, someone who demands respect and authority. There's a sense of status and power and recognition that are important to you, and in many cases, it's where you feel most comfortable in your roles, either personal and professional. You have an air of sort of demanding or earning a sense of command and direction of others, and this could be in your work life, can carry over to your personal life to some degree, but it's essential, and it's really the role of a leader. And it's demonstrating that you are able to rule with sort of a firm, but you're fair in your ruling. So this isn't narcissistic or selfish ruling. It's about your demonstrating you have a clear vision about what it is that you want to create, and it shows that you're organized, and that you organize others around you to help you manifest these changes. It's a good energy. You're able to listen to the advice of others, which is clearly important. But in the end, you have the final say. in this case, conflict doesn't scare you, and you're not going to hesitate to sort of use the power to protect those that you care about. But in return, with that, when it's done in a respectful way and a meaningful way, and it's done from a combination of heart and mind about thinking, um, others are going to feel it, and they're not going to hesitate to support you. And they're going to repay you with loyalty and respect that you're going to deserve from them. So this is you claiming that authority as a leader and as an influencer in a positive way. And this is something that, in whatever it is that you're addressing, it's the skills that you're going to be able to demonstrate, and the universe is encouraging you to harness that power. Um, the Emperor card also signifies knowledge and expertise, and you have knowledge on this subject, whatever it is, and you're going to use it. This is something that you've sort of known throughout your course of life, that you have a lot of valuable sort of wisdom and life experience in this situation, and this is your opportunity to not only offer, but you're going to enjoy offering guidance, objective guidance and advice in a direction to someone who might benefit from it. It could be a role of a teacher, it could be a role of a coach, a boss, or just a good friend who wants to take the time to help someone in need, and you're doing it objectively, and that's how it's going to come across. It's about showing your wisdom and your strength. Yeah. So the Emperor here typically represents sort of a fatherly energy. It's not gender specific. It's just that strong fatherly supportive role of energy, that you're wanting to provide for your family. You're wanting to protect and defend loved ones, and you want to provide a sense of stability and security to those around you, whether it's family or friends or work situation. I'm not picking up any particular situation. It's just the overall energy of protection and security, and reflecting that. In our challenges, we have the King of Wands here. So angel and spirit guides, please help us understand for Gemini why the King of Wands is here. It's in their challenges energies for this time frame, please. Well, much like the Emperor, this is a masculine energy, not gender-based, but a masculine energy. This is, in your challenges, this is reflecting that in some cases you're not necessarily interested in the creation or creativity or dreaming something up or dreaming up an idea. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're implementing or going to make these changes by yourself. This card here is an energy that's more inclined to take an idea that you may have, or that you got from someone else, or that you enlisted to help you actualize it. And you're going to involve other people to help you bring it to forward, or bring it forward. So this is about that leadership role, not only sort of demonstrating it. Now you're going to act on it. And your challenge is, do you act on this role? Do you take this role in a positive way? This is positive energy, not... Ooh, shit. Damn it. 2059. Okay. Okay, this is about taking that positive fatherly guidance here that you had, and actually implement it. This is the action stage. Your challenge is: do you put your mind, do you I'm trying to find the words here. Do you take action? That's what this is about. And now do you take action or do you not? That's your challenge here. And to help you, because you have this sort of reversed, or not I'm sorry, not reversed, but you have this King of Wands here in your challenges. If you are up to it, you're going to do success. But this is basically saying that you're coordinating it, so to speak, and you're relying on others to help you make this change, whatever it is, whether it's work or personal or other. It's you need the others to sort of help you bring it forward. So you're really sort of demonstrating an openness in that you're visionary, and you're going to help direct people towards a common goal. People are going to listen to you because you're going to make sense, and they realize that whatever changes that you're wanting to manifest, you took their opinions, you listen to them, and they're naturally going to gravitate towards you because you're demonstrating this sort of charisma, this focused and determined energy. And they're going to believe in you, and they're going to believe in your energy, and they're going to want to be a part of whatever it is that you're manifesting, and they're going to be here to support you. And that's clear 100%, because you're doing it out of integrity, and you're doing it out of respect and coming from an honest place, and that's what's important here. This is about demonstrating your skill to get others involved to help you make the change, because sometimes if there's a change, it's not just up to you, it's about other people have to change. And this can be in a personal situation, a family matter, whatever else, or a business issue. It's like, sometimes if it's a personal matter, other people have to change if we have to change, and could be reflective of that. This here, Gemini is reminding you to to lead your life with intent, with vision, and looking for the long term. You have this idea, or present it to you to change or create something different, that it's going to be possible, and you're going to see it through. This is about not just a short-term fix. You're wanting to fix something long-term. And you don't want to waste your time on activities or even relationships that you believe are going to lead you nowhere. This is not about going with the flow. This is about in leadership, and you're embarking on a direct and very robust course of action, and it's inspiring you, and it's sustainable, and you're wanting it to be a lasting impact, and that energy is reflected by those wanting to support you. This is about an opportunity that's presenting itself to you. So, and in your challenges is that, do you take on this challenge? Do you have the power, and do you have the will and the endurance to take on this right now? You are the determining factor in the situation. So, Gemini, if you want it to be successful, it will. And equally, if you do not feel if you don't feel you're fully committed to it, or at this time, or there's a lack of interest, this will still go forward, but you're going to struggle with it, and it's going to make it much more difficult. So your challenges here is that you can create any outcome that you wish here, Gemini. So be mindful about your intentions and your vision, because you hold the key here. So, and that's your clear challenge. Which direction do you want to go? And finally, in our outcomes, we have the Nine of Wands. However, the Nine of Wands is in reverse for us. So angel and spirit guides, please help us understand for our Geminis why the Nine of Wands is here in their outcome energy for this time period, please. Well, this is much in line with your challenges here, that you have an opportunity to present itself that can lead to success if you're willing to take it, Gemini. Now, in your outcomes, because this is in reversed, the energy this card is picking up from you is that this is suggesting that, some Geminis, you're struggling to keep working towards this goal. You're feeling challenges in your path, that there's something you're feeling there's a setback, or you felt that in the past there was setback after setback. So why create change? Why invest the energy? Some of you may be feeling that you just can't cope with this ongoing feeling, and you may be ready to give it up, whatever it is. With this card energy here right now in your outcomes, this is important for you to remind you to know that you are so close to completing this challenge. And if you can draw upon your internal resources, which is your resilience, your inner courage, your positive self-talk and mindset, to keep you going, and involve other people so you're not having to do it by yourself, as was stated here, you're going to achieve this challenge. You're going to make it work, and it's going to come through with fantastic success. And it's going to help you any other hurdles that you may be experiencing or come your way. This is an opportunity and encouraging you to keep this going. You will see the success, and you'll grow from it. That's the message here. The Nine of Wands here in reverse, also, it can appear if some of you are feeling overwhelmed or overcome by your responsibilities, and perhaps you're lacking support from those around you. If you're feeling right now this sort of all work and no play attitude, the universe is telling you right now with this card is that understand it's a temporary setback. You may have to push through it, and it's going to encourage you to use that, as said earlier, that resilience and that drive to push through this sort of blockage that you're feeling, because it will help you get through the finish line. Whatever it is that you're trying to work on, there's success at the end of the corner, and this is this minor setback is what this card is about if you're feeling this. So right now, the way around that is don't take on any other commitments at this time while you're doing this. Don't overcommit yourself. If there's things you cannot let go, just don't take on anything else new. That's going to help. And more importantly, elicit help that can help you. Find out, prioritize what can be set on the back burner right now, and what's not so important. Can someone else help you that can take over so that you don't have to do the day-to-day things? And this can be from house chores to work related. It's applicable to anything that's going on. At times, the reverse Nine of Wands can indicate, in its sort of darker side, that you're feeling perhaps some sort of paranoia, or you're being overly defensive, and perhaps you're concerned that everyone's out to see that you fail, and you're under attack. However, if that's a feeling that you're feeling, it's critical that you understand that that's a sign of fear within you, not from actual external threats. That's something that you need to deal with and need to overcome. That's an internal insecurity here, and a way around that is for the universe is wanting to support you is focus on your own game and don't worry about what other people are thinking or saying about you. That's a self-defeating and sabotaging behavior. So if you're feeling it, great, let it go. Release that feeling and get back to what the task is at hand, and you will succeed. So it's a very good reading. You'll get through any setbacks. That's what you need to know here. So there you have it, Geminis. So thank you very much for watching this video. It's greatly appreciated. As I said in the beginning, if you'd like to support this channel, the YouTube algorithms depend on three things that I call the big three, and that's click on like the video, click on subscribe to the channel, and click on notification buttons. You won't be bombarded with all kinds of stuff, but there are algorithms that YouTube uses to promote channels to a larger audience, and I would appreciate your support if you're up to it. I thank you. If you already have done it, thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated, and it really is. It's sincerely appreciated. So Geminis, feel free to leave a comment if you feel any part of this reading was applicable to you. And again, if it didn't resonate with you or parts of it didn't resonate, it's totally okay. It's a general reading. Just let it go, and take what it fits. So thank you very much, Geminis, and I hope you have a wonderful January 2021, and Happy New Year again to you. Bless you and enjoy.